Today, Larry interviewed Anna, who has a background in psychology. An interesting question came to light. How do we know we have forgiven completely, and are there things that we can do to ensure that we're not caught in the trap of unforgiveness?
How do you know when you've really forgiven someone?
Oh, that's a really good question. A very important question, actually. Well, to start with, for me personally, when I need to forgive somebody, if you haven't forgiven somebody, that's easy to recognize.
Okay.
And I think for
Wait
me,
a minute, let's back up. How do you recognize that you really haven't forgiven?
I just still feel like hurt or angry, or every time I see the person, the first thing that pops up in my mind is what happened or what the person has said,
good.
And I don't like that. So sometimes for me, or often for me, it starts with just making a rational choice, actually.
Okay. Okay.
So it's, you know, if it's a small thing, obviously it's easy. But when somebody really hurts you,
Some of them are big ones, aren't they?
yeah, some of the big ones, then I just have to make the decision. Okay. I make a decision to forgive the person, whether I feel it or not.
Okay, now let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What if you you have forgiven in words,
Yeah.
but your heart hasn't caught up with
Yeah,
the
no,
words? What do you
that's
do?
a difficult one. So often when I first make the step, even if it's only rational,
Yeah.
It's fine. But it's the day after, or when
I know.
something what
Gets
just
tested,
happened,
doesn't it?
Yeah. And when it happens, that you feel like, oh, it's happening again, and then you feel this anger coming up again,
I
or
hate
this
it.
frustration or whatever. But yeah, to then stick to what you have decided, like, but I have forgiven the person, and I
I'm
really
not going
want.
back on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going back to this. I'm not gonna bang on it again. I'm not even gonna say it again. And also, I have decided that when I have made a decision in my heart that I want to forgive a certain person, that I don't talk about what happened with other people. Because
That's good. So don't stoke it up.
No.
Don't stir it up. Yeah,
even
that's
if other
good,
people ask me something about it, I said, hey, it's sorted.
Really?
Because otherwise, what I feel is the moment I start talking about it again, it feeds the
Stirs it
anger or
back up.
frustration.
Yeah.
So that's a really important decision that really helps me.
That's good.
In this case. But yeah, obviously, I really need God's help to really make
Me
it
too,
a
me
matter
too.
of my heart.
Sure,
to be
sure,
honest.
sure.
So sometimes it's just a matter of, in one hit, it's all gone.
But sometimes
supernaturally,
it takes.
and
It's a
sometimes
process.
It takes, longer.
Okay.
But it's that moment when you can look in somebody's eyes who, in the past has hurt you or frustrated you or annoyed you, whatever. But the moment you think, oh man, I so love you, and that you have just completely forgotten about what happened, and you're
That's
so
a blessing,
happy.
isn't it? Such a blessing.
Or even sometimes.
It's such a weight when you're angry and unforgiving towards someone.
Yeah.
Oh,
And sometimes
ruins
I
your
just
life.
love it when it even turns into something really beautiful.
Yeah, and a good close relationship.
Where you understand.
It's
each
worth
other
it,
even
isn't it?
better.
That was a really interesting subject, and Anna gave us plenty to think about. Are there any of us who have never had an issue with unforgiveness?